Hello and welcome to the Aunty Lisa show. What should we do a story about today? Well, I already picked them out. There's us. There's Margot, Edith and Agnes. There's a pteranodon, a triceratops, some wings, a speedboat, a hedgehog, Jason the egg and Skull. Right. Okay. One day, Aunty Lisa, Aleksander and Kristoffer invited Margot, Edith and Agnes on a day out at boat school, which is a school for learning how to drive, sail boats. All sorts of boats at boat school. You can learn how to paddle a canoe. You can learn how to go in a kayak. You can learn how to sail a sailing boat. You could even learn how to drive a giant ferry. Sail a ferry. I really must learn what term it is you use when it's a ferry. Anyway, today Aunty Lisa had arranged for everybody to learn how to drive a speedboat. Hooray! Which is probably one of the most exciting kinds of boats to go in. Except maybe if you went whitewater rafting, that's probably quite exciting too. So, everybody needed some serious kit. And they put on their life preservers. Very, 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 very important. Grown-ups too, obviously. And they brought along with them useful things like snacks. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, it's gone. Okay. No sneeze. Snacks. And binoculars in case while they're on the speedboat they could see some exciting stuff. And something nice to drink and a book about birds. Always useful to have a bird spotting guide with you just in case. So they arrived at boat school. And who do you suppose was the instructor at boat school? Well, it was Drill. As we know, he works for the lifeguards and he is very good with boats and all things seafaring. So he was the instructor for the day and he'd given them a special discount because he is their good friend. And he said, "Yay, you guys, welcome to boat school, where you can learn to drive any kind of boat you like." And everyone went, "Speedboat, speedboat, speedboat." And he said, okay, I know we're going in the speedboat. How exciting. Safety first. Everyone's got their life preservers on, I see. Excellent, said Drill. Aunty Lisa said, "Yep, got those all sorted." Very important. And he said, "Has everybody remembered to bring a snack?" Yes, we had. Has everybody got a drink? Yes, we had. Has everybody remembered the most important thing when out at sea? Nobody could think what the most important thing when out at sea was. And he said, "The most important thing when out at sea is do not fall off the boat. That's the most important thing. Stay on the boat, life's good." So, my nose is running. Hold on a second. Could be allergies, could be a cold. Who knows? You're going to be so glad to see me when I get to Norway. Well, I hope you will be anyway, even if I have a cold. Right. Good thing is, not coronavirus. Excellent. Had that test. All good. So, anyway, I've lost my trace. don't fall in the water. That was his number one top tip for when going out to sea in a boat. Everyone agreed that that was an excellent top tip, and they all climbed aboard the speedboat, which was quite a big and rather fancy speedboat. And they were quite excited. Some speedboats, not so fancy. This one had really nice seats and a cool sound system, so you could listen to tunes while you went along in your speedboat. He said, "Okay, everybody, you all need to sit down comfortably, and I'll take you out to sea, and then you can each have a turn at driving the speedboat." And everyone went, "Hooray!" And he said, "Sit down comfortably." And, "Okay." And they all sat down comfortably. And then he went, and the speedboat went out to sea. And Margot and Edith and Agnes were like, "Wah!" Aleksander and Kristoffer went, "Wah!" Aunty Lisa went, "Oh, I made a horrible mistake. Oh, slow down. It's not. Okay, I'm okay." Luckily, the speedboat was just going straight for a bit, but it was a very bumpy ride. Aunty Lisa said, "Oh, is that enough? I think we can stop right here. Here's good. Here's good." Okay. And they stopped. She said, "Hold on a sec. I just got a drink." So, okay, I feel better now. I think my sickness drugs will kick in soon, so I won't feel seasick. Now, the first person's turn was not Aunty Lisa. She was gutted. It was Margot. Margot, being a pretty grown-up, sensible kind of girl, she was first to have a go at the speedboat. And she said, "Oh, how do I do it? How do I do it, Drill?" And he said, "All you've got to do, press this button, pull this lever, now." Off they went. She was a natural. Next was Edith. She was crazy. Not only did she go, "Meow," she also went, "Pee, pee, pee," and everyone went, "Wah, wah, wah, wah." Oh, they were all very dizzy after she'd had a go. And then Agnes had a go, and she was surprisingly worried about it. But she got the hang pretty quick, and I was like, "Ah." Then it was a toss-up between Aleksander and Kristoffer. Aleksander said, "No, Kristoffer, you go first." Kristoffer said, "No, Aleksander, you go first. You're my big brother and I love you. You should go first." And Aleksander said, "No, you should go first." And Aunty Lisa said, "Oh, shush, both of you. Let's toss a coin." And the person who went was neither of them, because the coin landed on its side. Very rare occurrence, especially at sea. So they had to do the speedboat thing together. That was silly. Anyway, so they each held part of the speedboat's power control, and they went, "No!" And the speedboat went faster than it had been all day. It went so fast that everyone's hair went psh, and water sprayed up everywhere. And Drill said, "Whoa, boys, whoa, slow down, slow down." Oh, my gosh. Oh, goodness me. Finally, it was Aunty Lisa's turn to drive the boat. And she was just about to do so when she noticed something underneath one of the seats. And she went, "Hang on a minute. What's that?" And Drill said, "I don't know. What is it?" I don't know why he turned Australian for that, but he did. "I don't know, mate." And everyone looked under the seat. And under the seat, there was a stowaway. Do you know what a stowaway is? A stowaway is someone who snuck on board when they're not supposed to because they haven't actually got permission. And do you know who that stowaway was? It was Jason the Egg. And he went, "Hi, everybody." And Aunty Lisa said, "What are you doing on here, Jason?" He went, "I climbed aboard for a nap. And then you guys turned up and I rolled off the seat and then I got wedged under here." And Alexander and Kristoffer said, oh no, you're wedged, Jason. We'll have to pull you out. And Jason went, be careful. And they went, 1, 2, 3. Jason the egg popped out from underneath the seats where he'd got wedged. And I said, Jason, you are silly. You haven't got a life preserver on. And we're out at sea. What if you fall in? And Jason went, don't worry. I think I float anyway. I'm an egg. Wait, do eggs float or do they sink? Aunty Lisa said, they only float when they've gone off, Jason. Jason went, oh, I don't think that's a good thing, is it? I don't think I'm a gone off egg. Am I a gone off egg? And Alexander and Kristoffer went, don't think so, Jason. Margot and Edith and Agnes were too busy laughing so hard they nearly fell off the boat themselves. Well, at that precise moment, Drill says, you guys, this is serious. We've got to be careful because if Jason the egg falls off, he might just sink like a stone to the bottom of the sea. And everyone went, ooh, good point. And Jason went, oh no, that would be horrible. I don't think I like the bottom of the sea. It's all dark and there's crabs down there and those fish with the lights. And everyone said, yeah, there's those fish with the lights. They'd probably eat you, Jason. And Jason went, nah, I don't want to be eaten. So Aunty Lisa said, right, Jason, you need to be super careful and stay on the boat, okay? No silly behaviour at all today, Jason. Well, next turn was Aunty Lisa's turn to drive the boat. And Drill said, well, what we'll do, because we're worried about Jason the egg, is we'll just drive the boat slowly back to the shore, Aunty Lisa. Do you think you can do that? And Aunty Lisa said, yeah, probably. And everyone said, we'll hold on to Jason the egg. Don't worry. Aunty Lisa said, okay, we'll hold on really tight to Jason, won't you? And they said, yeah, don't worry, Aunty Lisa, it'll be fine. Everybody knows that always works. If you just hold on tight to someone, they won't go flying. And Aunty Lisa said, okay, well, I'll drive really, really, really slowly. I promise. So, it was Aunty Lisa's turn. Drill said, what you got to do, you got to press that button and pull that lever. Gently, Aunty Lisa. We don't all want to go flying, remember? And Aunty Lisa said, okay. So, she pressed the button and she pulled the lever. But just as she was pulling the lever, she went, and the boat went crazy fast. Oh no, disaster struck. Everybody was holding on to Jason the egg, but that is not enough, it turns out. Jason the egg went flying backwards and landed with a, that's not the right word, plop, into the sea. And he was like, help me! Aunty Lisa went, oh no, I think I've drowned Jason the egg. This is a nightmare. Oh, this is definitely bad karma. What are we going to do? We've got to get him. We've got to rescue him. Drill said, okay, I'm turning the boat around. He turned the boat around. And Drill is a trained rescuer of people who've fallen in the sea. But Jason the egg was sinking and sinking and sinking. He went, I just don't know where he is. And then Aleksander and Kristoffer went, look, he's there. And he was down and slinking towards the bottom of the sea, like. And everyone went, oh no, it's like that moment in Titanic when Jack goes. No, they didn't do that. Anyway, it would have been a very different film. So they said, right, we've got to rescue him. Drill said, okay, but I think we're going to need some help because I don't know if I can swim that deep and, you know, I haven't got all my kit. And they said, okay. So they said, who do we know who might be near the bottom of the sea right now? The Octonauts! Kristoffer called up the Octonauts. He said, hello, Captain Barnacles, we've got an emergency. And Captain Barnacle said, oh, what kind of emergency, Kristoffer? What's going on? And Kristoffer explained that Jason the egg had fallen to the bottom of the seabed. And Captain Barnacle said, oh no, I don't know how long eggs can last underwater. I suppose they breathe like you and me, but maybe they last a little bit longer. We might just have time to rescue Jason the egg. Okay, we will be there in one of our octo things very quickly. So, the Octonauts were on the case. And they zoomed as quickly as they could in one of their, you know, little speedy boats that goes under the sea. So there was Captain Barnacles and another Octonaut who was dashy for extra speed and photography skills, just in case. And they brought Quasi as well, because he's very good at helping underwater. Anyway, they zoomed along. And they popped up just where Aleksander, Kristoffer, Aunty Lisa, Edith, Margot, Agnes, and Drill, were. And they said, where is he? Where is he? And they said, down there, down there. And they went, okay. So, they submerged. Meanwhile, Drill had put on his wetsuit and flippers. And he said, I'm going to go down and help them, but you'll need to pull me up if I tug on this rope. And Aleksander Kristoffer said, right you are. We'll pull you up if you tug on that rope. And he started swimming down. Very dangerous mission. So he swam like this. Anyway, at the bottom of the sea, Jason the egg was being circled by hungry looking sharks. It was pretty dangerous stuff. The Octonauts were now Jason's only hope because Drill had to get out of there. He tugged on the rope. Aleksander, Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa pulled him back up. And he went, there's too many sharks. I can't do it. We've got to rely on the Octonauts now. At the bottom of the sea, poor Jason the egg was like, help me. He was not in a good way. Lucky for him, one of the Octonauts' special submarines had a sucker on it. I know what you're thinking. What you're on about, Aunty Lisa? Well, it was a special thing for sucking up sand and other particles at the bottom of the ocean. But smart Captain Barnacles thought, I know, if we set it to suck, we can go and attach it to Jason the egg and then pull him in. And that's exactly what they did. They went and sucked it to Jason the egg. And Jason the egg went, okay. And then they pulled him all the way up off the seabed and up to the boat, where he popped out at the top of the ocean and went, get me on the boat. The worst day ever. And they shoved Jason the egg back onto the boat. And everyone went, hooray! Jason the egg, you're saved! And Jason the egg said, oh, this has been horrible. Oh, gosh. Can we go back to land now? Hey, thank you, Octonauts. You saved my life. I don't know why my eyes are shut all the time. I'm very tired. Thank you, Octonauts. And Aunty Lisa said, I'm really sorry, Jason the egg. I think that was my fault that you went flying off the back then. And he said, it's okay. We all learned a valuable lesson. You should always be strapped in and wearing the proper safety equipment in boats and in cars and things like that. And Aunty Lisa said, yeah, it's a true thing. Just always make sure you're wearing the safety equipment and you're strapped in. People holding on to you is not good enough. We know that now. So, Drill decided it was probably for the best if he drove back. Or, yeah, whatever you do with boats. Anyway, so he took control of the speedboat and gently brought them back into land. Whew! Well, Jason the egg jumped up and down on the sandy seafront for absolute joy and vowed never to go in a speedboat for a nap ever again. Everyone said, that's a blinking marvellous idea, Jason. And I said, well, I think we should do something to celebrate you not drowning at the bottom of the sea. The Octonauts agreed that that would be a good thing to do. So they said, hey, let's all go to Jurassic World for the rest of the day. We can see all the dinosaurs. So they all went, it's a fly. They all went to Jurassic World and they saw a cool looking triceratops with 3 horns, obviously. And they saw a pteranodon. In fact, they saw several pteranodons in the special dinosaur pteranodon aviary, where they did not escape because that would make this story too long. And then they went to the gift shop. Woohoo! And at the gift shop, everybody decided it would be fun to buy fairy wings. And so they all wandered round with fairy wings on their back. And it was most fun because the girls all thought it was hilarious that the boys wore fairy wings. But the boys thought it was just fun. And Aunty Lisa agreed. Fairy wings are fun. And then, after they'd done all of that, they all headed back to Aleksander and Kristoffer's house. And by that time, it was dark. And when they were on their way into the house, they spotted a cool creature that's one of Aunty Lisa's favourite creatures in the world. And it was a hedgehog. And they were like, hi, Mr. Hedgehog. And they gave the hedgehog some cat food, which really annoyed Cometa, but really cheered up the hedgehog. And then they all had their dinner, which was pizza and some cake, including Jason the egg, who'd had quite the traumatic day. And then they told Mummy and Papa all about what had happened, and they agreed that you must always wear your safety equipment and always strap yourself in when you're going a fast-moving thing, especially a speedboat. And that is the end of the story.